So time and time again, we keep on seeing our favorite stores are closing. People were mad that Jenny Craig was closing. People are mad that David's Bridal had to file for bankruptcy. People are upset that McDonald's is closing some locations, Target, Walmart, Kohl's. These are all closing. Now, Burger King has also announced just this week that they're going to close between 300 to 400 stores just this year. That's crazy. But that's not where things get really bad. Where things really start to impact us is when it comes to the price of food at home. Because according to reports, prices for food is about to surge. So, we are now hearing that we should say goodbye to inexpensive kids' meals at Burger King, say goodbye to inexpensive meals at home, because food could potentially rise by another 10 to 25% this year. But why? Well, so what we need to break down. Because one of the things that I try to do here on this channel, try to fill you in on what's coming so that you can be prepared on what is coming in the near future. Well, according to multiple reports, be expected to pay more for the same food that you're already consuming. This means bread, this means meat, vegetables, fruit, even water is going to be more expensive. Now, according to a recent report from the United Nations Food Agency, they say we are going to see the first rise in global food prices in almost a year. Well, guess what? The report came out, and yes, we did see that. Food prices rose. We're actually seeing this increase due to multiple things. But according to the report, it says the steep spike in sugar prices is one of the main reasons. This is why cereal is more expensive. This is why sodas are more expensive. Even when you go and get candy, guess what? It's ridiculously more expensive than it was just last year. Now, how much has sugar actually increased? Well, according to this report, sugar has increased by 17.6% from March. This is the highest it has been since October of 2011. Yeah, so over 12 years. This is the highest it has been. Now, why would sugar be more expensive, right? Why are people even buying cereals and sodas and candy? Well, here's one of the reasons why. According to multiple reports, the reason why sugars are sold more rapidly in times like this, in times of a potential recession, or when people are depressed or anxious, just nervous in general, is because people like to drink a soda. People like to eat candy. Cereal, it's something that's easy. People can take a bowl, pour in their favorite cereal, put in a little bit of milk, there they go. They have a meal. Well, when prices are going so high on things like eggs, guess what people turn to? Cereals. Yeah, that's the reason why. Now, one of the other things that I want to just fill you in on. Food commodity prices increased by 0.6% from March to April. That's an annualized increase of 7.2%. Do you see why this is such a big deal? 7.2% on top of whatever the increase was from last year. That's where things are getting insane because the American people are struggling to pay for this. People around the world are struggling to just put food on the table. And there's a real threat of food insecurity. Now, granted, the food index is roughly about 20% lower than it was in April of 2022, or at least those levels. But this is still showing signs of too much inflation. This is part of the problem, is that we do not control it all. The United States, we produce some stuff, but we are not producing everything that we need to live and thrive here in the US. So we have to go and get it elsewhere. So when prices around the globe are increasing, we're paying more. Now, reports do indicate that as economies begin to recover from these recessionary times, food prices going up is going to put even more strain on lower income households. This is the reason why they say we have to prepare and we need to prep if we can. But here's the big worry now. It's actually not sugar, it's It's rice. We use rice in so many different things. Let me just ask you this. How often do you eat rice? Just basic rice. I can tell you right now, for my household, we probably have rice. Just, again, it doesn't matter the type of rice, but something with rice. We probably have this 4 to 5 times a week. 4 to 5 times a week. That's pretty big, considering rice is the big worry that we could see rice start to spike. But let me know. Answer that in the comment section below. How many times per week do you eat rice? Now, you're probably thinking, well, this doesn't sound great. Well, here's where things go from bad to potentially worse. According to agriculture economists here in the US, they are saying that this year's El Nino is going to actually put a damper on our food supply. And I've told you this before, when our food supply goes down but demand stays high, which it is expected to, guess what? Prices go up. Economists are predicting that El Nino is going to start between this summer and this fall, like the middle of the summer to the fall. Now, this is going to cause sweeping changes to our current weather patterns. Here's the problem. Any decrease in agricultural production will actually further increase the cost of food, and it will create a crisis when it comes to the state of food insecurity. This is the issue. Right now, we don't have excess money to go and buy additional food and just keep it in a pantry, keep it in a cellar, keep it somewhere safe. We don't have that money. And I've talked to people, and I've mentioned this before, is if you have an extra $50, go and buy some food that you can put in the pantry and it will stay good for many years. Go and do that because you never know when you're going to need it. I told people to do this with water. I told people to do this with, beans, rice, right? Things that can sit for a little bit of time that, okay, you don't eat it this month. It will be fine next month or in 6 months or in a year. It will still be good. Here's the problem. Many people said, well, if I had an extra $50, I would. But what if I just put that money on a credit card? Here's the problem. If you put that money you put that purchase on a credit card, that rice that you bought, let's say a year ago, you still be paying on it. That's a problem. Because if you are still paying on a bag of rice that you bought a year ago, chances are you didn't save any money. You didn't get it at a discount. And when prices are going up, you're probably thinking, oh, that's pretty good. When in reality, was it? Was it a good decision? So, just wanted to fill you in on that because I know a lot of people sent me comments saying, did you see Burger King is going to close 400 locations? I did see that. But the bigger issue is not regarding Burger King, it's regarding food supply in general. Okay? So that's the big issue. So look at that and not a specific store location. But if you have any questions whatsoever, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. Again, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing. I'll see you guys on the next one.